Handsome Hansel enjoys lying motionless in elevated positions for up to 8 hours at a time before shooting things in the head, and wants to know more about the game Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Well, so far, games dedicated to the art of shooting people in the face from an extremely long way away have been pretty much limited to the silent scope arcade games. But now the world's most annoying character class are getting another game to themselves with Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Basically a stealth FPS, Sniper Ghost Warrior's gameplay is based around you slowly and methodically making your way through the game's levels, studying enemy movement patterns, isolating targets, and then taking them out in as quiet and unobtrusive a manner as possible.
It isn't just point and shoot either. The game features a fully realistic ballistic system that accounts for distance, fall off, and environmental effects. A bit like that bit in Call of Duty 4 where you have to aim about 3 feet to the right of that guy because your commanding officer decided that it was a good idea to go sniping during a tornado.
Or you could just wait for the wind to die.
Yeah, if you're a quitter.
Well, you also have access to a spotter who feeds you information about enemy positions and can manage your breathing to increase shot accuracy.
Apparently it's not all sniping though, as the missions are broken up with assault missions, which play much more like a traditional FPS. The balance is very much in favour of the sniping though, so hopefully the transition won't feel too jarring to sniping fans.
There are also multiplayer modes planned for up to 16 players to play simultaneously. The game is due out soon, with various sites listing it as May the 25th, June the 6th and June the 25th, so expect it at some point within the next month, eh?
Yeah, specific.
Right, now for our now apparently weekly Call of Duty update. There are other games, you know.
Calm down, remember what the doctor said.
Okay, well this week we've roped in Ryan King from Official Xbox magazine, who's one of the few people in the world outside of Treyarch to have actually seen the game, elevating him to the status of king among gamers.
I hear his touch cures scrofula.
Yeah, mine cleared right up.
So they showed us a few locations of the game. They really wanted to stress that it wasn't just the Vietnam FPS, because obviously that was the big rumour that was going around. So what they showed was, they showed a bit of Vietnam, they also showed a bit of the Soviet Union, and they hinted at a couple of other locations in the game as well. And it started off almost with, this is going to sound strange, but it started off in space almost. Because it begins with a pilot, he takes off in space, and then you have almost RTS controls guiding the squad on the ground. And then after that, went into traditional Call of Duty, scripted moments, explosions, things going a bit wrong, lots of gunfire, lots of shouting. And of course it ended with an avalanche and a guy jumping off a cliff. As far as the new stuff goes, the main thing is the fact that you can fly a helicopter now. And it's not the usual, you sit in a minigun seat, you hold down the right trigger until the vibration kills the feelings in your hand. No, you actually get to fly the helicopter, which I thought was a really cool moment. I don't think Nazi Zombies itself will be making a comeback. The developers, I did ask them, and the developers did say that they were thinking about it and they hadn't quite finalised their plans. So while I don't think we'll be seeing a return of Nazi Zombies, because obviously Nazis in Cold War doesn't work, I do have a sneaking suspicion that some kind of horde mode will make it in.
Look out for Ryan's full write-up in the current issue of Official Xbox magazine. Next up, a lot of you have seen the trailer for Epic Games and People Can Fly's new first-person shooter Bulletstorm and want to know a bit more about the game.
This is another title we got a chance to see at the EA showcase in London recently, and definitely one of the titles that stood out. Sir Cliffington Blezenblazer from Epic has talked about wanting to put the fun back into shooters, and Bulletstorm looks set to do just that with its particular brand of creative mayhem.
Set in the future, the plot revolves around disgraced former mercenary Grayson Hunt and his cyborg partner Ishii Sato. Being a drunken space pirate with zero common sense, Grayson ends up attacking a massive space frigate with his tiny shuttle, causing both to crash land into abandoned Paradise Planet.
Well, abandoned apart from the mutants and flesh-eating gangs everywhere.
Yeah, no word about them in the brochure. Call this a Paradise Planet.
Anyway, the main draw of Bulletstorm is the creative mayhem I mentioned before. Grayson has access to a variety of moves in addition to his guns, including a kick, slide and an energy whip, and through combining all these different elements you're able to create some unique and spectacular kills.
The environment comes into play too. One section we saw showed Grayson slide tackle an enemy, whip him in close and then boot him headfirst into a carnivorous plant. In another, he kicked a hot dog stand complete with gas burner down a hill towards a group of enemies in cover before detonating it with a well-placed shot to take out the whole lot.
The more creative and unusual your actions, the more points you receive, which can be spent on upgrading your moves and weapons to allow you to do even more insane stuff. It's win-win, basically.
The weapons help with this as well. One of the guns on show fired 2 grenades linked by a chain to create a kind of bowler that can wrap around things in the environment like lampposts, tricky enemy cover spots and even luckless bad guys' legs.
The whole thing is shot through with sarky dialogue and verbal sparring, bringing to mind the old 3D Realms shooters like Duke Nukem 3D and Blood. No exact release date yet, only next year, but keep an eye on Inside Xbox for an interview with the game's creative director coming soon. Finally this week, Famaz has had his appetite whetted by Ubisoft's Splinter Cell Conviction, but now he wants more!
As in DLC.
Yeah, I seem so.
Well then, good news! The Insurgency Pack, as it's known, is coming out on the 27th of May, priced at 800 space credits, which translates to exactly 800 Microsoft points.
The pack includes 4 new co-op deniable ops missions across 4 new maps for hilariously mismatched odd couple of Stealth, Archer and Kestrel.
I understand one of them's fastidiously tidy while the other's a total slob.
It's pretty great, yeah.
The new maps take in the city of San Francisco, a New Orleans cemetery, a prison in Portland and a hidden research complex in Salt Lake City. Achievement Ladies of the Night will also be pleased to hear that there's an extra 250 gamer score in it for you.
Great, well that's our show for this week, you guys. Thanks for watching it, but hey, it's a two-way street, so why not send us a question to our gamertag Sent You a Message.
To the email address sentyouamessage@hotmail.com.
Write on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/sentyouamessage.
Tweet us at sentyouamessage.
Or turn off the lights in a giant skyscraper in such a way that it spells out your question in glowing windows 10 feet high. Then email us and tell us where the building is, maybe pay our airfare, you know what, just email, it's easier. We'll see you next time.
Which will be in 2 weeks' time. Bye everyone.
Bye. I cannot believe you're trying to sell the show to Larry.
How did you find out about that? Look, sorry, it won't happen again.
Better not.
Hello.
Yeah, Graham? Yeah, I've got a proposition for you.
Talk to me.